WCCO Television presents Don Shelby, Pat Miles, and Bud Crayley. This is the 5 p.m. report.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. The Democratic National Convention is just now a few minutes away from officially getting underway in Atlanta.
In fact, 5:24 Twin Cities time is the magic hour, but even before the convention gets underway, its major question has already been settled, that of party unity and the Dukakis and Jackson forces. Let's join Skip Loescher live now and the rest of our crew at the convention. Skip?
Well, Pat, I guess that's a question we still haven't answered. Will unity really be the theme at this Democratic convention? As you both mentioned, in about 23 minutes, the convention will be gaveled to order. And after what happened this morning, Democratic leaders do believe it will become a very congenial affair. This morning, Michael Dukakis and Jesse Jackson put aside their differences and pledged to work together for a Democratic victory in November. Dukakis praised Jackson and pledged he would play an essential role in the campaign.
He is going to be involved actively and fully in a way that will bring us together.
On Wednesday night, my name will go in nomination. I'm still looking for a Chicago miracle. The miracle does not come to pass. Then we have Passover, the next phase of our campaign.
The question now is, will that satisfy Jackson's supporters? And to get an idea of what that answer might be, let's go down to the Minnesota delegation and Alan Cox. Alan?
Skip, I think we're already getting an idea of how crowded this converted basketball arena can be for a political convention. You can see the folks are trying to get into their seats. I'm going to scoot around here and reach Bill Wilson, St. Paul Council member, who's the chair of the Jackson folks. Bill, do you think the Jackson delegates here, they make up a third of the Minnesota delegation, are they happy as they come here? Are they sad? What's the reaction?
Oh, it's just great. I mean, everybody is up. We're looking forward to a great convention. It's been a long, hard road, but we finally arrived. We're looking to work hard to make this convention really work out for us all.
Do you think that they'll come together by the end of the week? There have been some hard feelings between the Jackson and Dukakis delegates, even within the Minnesota delegation.
Well, Jesse has always said that what we need to do is find the common ground, and I'm sure that's what's being worked on. There are differences. There always will be differences of opinions. There are issues that need to be resolved. We're going to work on issues. We're going to try to bring about consensus.
Thank you. Council member behind you is State Representative Karen Clark and Paul Wellstone. You're both veterans of statewide campaigns. Do you think there's going to be a unified DFL ticket this fall? There have been some hard feelings.
There'll be unity if we can come together around some principles here at the convention. That's still yet to be determined.
Paul, is that important to reach some agreement on the platform that you can live with?
I think it's really important in terms of the integrity of the campaign, the justice issues that we've been focusing on. It's important that this become an important part of the Democratic Party. It's a majority politics. It's captured the imagination of people in Minnesota and all over this country. The Democratic Party is going to move in that direction, and we are going to be ready to roll in Minnesota.
Jim Riddle is a farmer from Winona. Jim, are you concerned that rural issues are going to fall by the wayside here?
Well, I don't think they will fall by the wayside. I was at the rural caucus, and there's a good understanding from labor, from urban people, especially with the drought crisis now, of bringing the issues to the forefront. And it's the Democratic Party that's going to carry those issues. The Republicans aren't in good standing.
Very quickly, I want to talk to Ada Posey, a delegate from Minneapolis. Your first convention, you've got your Jackson glove. Are you disappointed you're coming here to vote for a man who's not going to win in the office he hoped to?
Oh, absolutely not, because we're winning. We're winning, and we're winning in a very special way. So I'm thrilled to be here.
Thank you very much, Ada. So that's the story from here, Skip.
Sounds like there is some enthusiasm down there, Alan. The Omni Center, as you can tell, is slowly, well, maybe not so slowly now, filling with delegates at this hour. The convention scheduled to come to order in about 15 minutes from now, I guess, and we'll adjourn about 10 o'clock tonight, Twin Cities time. By the way, George Latimer and Garrison Keillor are just two of the Minnesotans who will show up front and center tonight. But a little bit later, we'll talk with a man who was center stage at this convention just 4 years ago, Fritz Mondale. Don, Pat?
Skip, we hear him practicing in the background. Is Garrison Keillor going to sing the national anthem tonight?
He is not only going to sing the national anthem, he and 2,000 kindergartners are going to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, that's great. All right, we'll look forward to that. Thank you, Skip. A recent outbreak of fires has forced the eviction of 64 women from the Kate Dunwoody Hall in downtown Minneapolis. That hall is, for the most part, a temporary facility for young women who have made their way to the city and need a place to stay before finding a permanent home. Authorities believe a resident has started 4 fires there in the last 8 months, so directors of the building are evicting everyone to ensure the safety of the residents. It's an unpopular decision with the residents, though, but directors of Dunwoody say eviction is the only solution they could come up with to make sure that no one is seriously injured.
4-year-old Akeisha, the little girl abducted and raped last week in South Minneapolis, is improving today. She was moved out of the intensive care unit. She's listed in satisfactory condition now. Meanwhile, today, a court hearing for the 17-year-old suspect was held in Hennepin County Juvenile Court this morning. Christian Robert Gislason was charged with rape, kidnapping, and assault. Police say they have evidence linking Gislason to this attack. Prosecutors say they will seek to have him tried as an adult. A key witness in the St. Paul ongoing prostitution probe has herself been arrested on prostitution charges. It happened Friday. As Caroline Lowe explains from our St. Paul newsroom, this isn't the first time the woman has been in trouble with the law recently.
Well, Don, Carol Peterson is a potential prosecution witness in the August prostitution trial of former bar owner Earl Monpettit. In the past, Peterson has told authorities she's had sex with several city businessmen and a member of the Oakland A's baseball staff. The incidents allegedly occurred when she was just 16 years old and still a juvenile. The 18-year-old woman was arrested Friday afternoon in the Frogtown area of St. Paul. She allegedly offered to have sex with an undercover vice officer for $20. The arrest occurred in a parking lot next to St. Agnes's Catholic Church at Thomas and Kent Streets. 2 weeks earlier, Peterson was arrested in a similar vice operation just a few blocks away. Because of the pending trial of Earl Monpettit, the Ramsey County Attorney's Office declined to comment today on what effect the arrest might have on Peterson's future credibility as a prosecution witness. Peterson was released from jail on $1,500 bond pending the filing of formal charges stemming from the latest arrest on Friday. Don?
Caroline, what is the status of this investigation now? Is it continuing? Has it been put on hold? Who has the investigation, in fact?
Well, at this point, the Ramsey County Attorney's Office is conducting the investigation of whether Police Chief Bill McCutcheon hampered that probe, and that's basically where things stand now. And we expect a report out perhaps by the end of this week or next week, but in the very near future. In the meantime, Earl Monpettit's trial, as I mentioned, starts in mid-August from a separate incident.
All right, Caroline, thank you very much. Nice to see you back. A special prosecutor's report on Edwin Meese has been released in Washington.
The report focused on income tax returns filed by the Attorney General and whether Meese broke conflict of interest laws in connection with his holdings of Bell Telephone stock. At a morning news conference, independent counsel James McKay said that while all of those things probably did happen, Meese did not appear to be acting out of self-interest. And so there was insufficient basis for a criminal prosecution. Reacting to the news later, Meese was angry.
And I want to make it clear that in every matter under investigation by the independent counsel, or in any other matter for that case, I have always acted legally, ethically, and properly. And then any implication by the independent counsel that I have in any way violated any law is absolutely false.
The independent counsel's investigation of Meese lasted 14 months. Earlier in the day, Meese was in Minneapolis as a guest speaker for a National District Attorney's Conference. The Attorney General received 2 standing ovations as he spoke about the criminal justice system. Meese did not react to the prosecutor's report this morning, but his audience did. Several attorneys said Meese has been an asset to prosecutors in the past, but now they say his alleged unethical practices are detrimental to the justice system. Iraq still has not responded directly yet to this morning's news that Iran has agreed to accept a ceasefire in the 8-month-old Persian Gulf War. To date, that war has taken at least 1 million lives. Iran got in touch with the UN Secretary General today saying it accepts the ceasefire in the interests of security and justice. Iraq has already agreed to the plan that ceasefire would take effect immediately.
Stay with us as this Monday 5 p.m. report continues. We're going to send you back live to Atlanta.
And we will also tell you about some new expansion plans announced today by Dayton's. We'll have the story up next.
Aw, big boys don't cry over little cuts.
It doesn't hurt.
Oh.
Isn't it a shame you have to make things up to soothe their pain?
Daddy will kiss the pain away.
Now you don't have to. Introducing Campho-Phenique Antibiotic Plus Pain Reliever. It helps prevent infection, speeds healing, and unlike the leading antibiotic, it has an anesthetic to stop pain within seconds. So with Campho-Phenique Antibiotic, you can mean what you say.
See, it doesn't hurt anymore.
The border has a fresh way to get away.
There's something over there. You can't get anywhere.
The cool, fresh taco salad from Taco Bell.
It's what's happening next. It's where best meets west.
All the freshest ingredients in a bowl good enough to eat.
Taco Bell at your order. Make a run for the border.
Stop by your neighborhood Taco Bell restaurant today and purchase your 1988 Aquatennial Skipper Pin.
Old Home listens to the people.
The people say Old Home cottage cheese tastes the best. Large people tell us it tastes the best. Medium-sized people tell us it tastes the best. Small people and very, very small people say Old Home tastes the best. That's how Old Home serves the people.
Next on Our Magazine, couples' most common complaints about marriage.
Our Magazine, Tuesday morning at 9 on Channel 4.
Shopping at Southdale and Rosedale will be a lot different in a couple of years after Dayton's builds 2 new and larger stores at those malls. Officials announced today that the owners of the malls will be given the present Dayton's properties for renovation and rental to specialty shops. The 2 malls will expand and upgrade to the tune of $110 million. Dayton's won't say how much it's sinking into the new stores, though. The present Dayton's will remain open throughout construction of the new stores.
We're going to go back live now to Skip Loescher and the rest of our crew in Atlanta at the National Democratic Convention. Skip?
And Don, there was quite a scene here not very many minutes ago. Fritz Mondale entering this convention hall to a standing ovation from the Minnesota delegation of which he is a part. Colleen Needles is down there on the floor with him now. Colleen?
Thank you, Skip, and welcome to you, Vice President Mondale and Mrs. Mondale. You got a great reception when you came in today.
It feels great. Nice. There's so many friends here.
There was a public show of unity this morning between Michael Dukakis and Jesse Jackson. How important do you think that is on the eve of this convention?
It was absolutely indispensable to a healthy convention. What I feared and was almost sure would happen is we'd have a typical Democratic convention and we'd squabble for about 3 days right in front of everybody. And then the last day we'd make up and people wouldn't believe we had unity. Instead of that, and Reverend Jackson deserves tremendous thanks for this. This morning he joined with Dukakis and Benson, made a clear endorsement, signed up to help, and he did it based not on any jobs or positions, but just on based of trust and working together. And you can feel it in the hall tonight. If people are hot, we're going to win. Yeah.
What do you think of the ticket of Dukakis and Benson?
I think it's very strong, and I think the selection of Benson is going to prove to be a major act and a major success. The polls now show that we're ahead in Texas. We're up in California by a big margin. As you know, the polls in Minnesota before that showed us clear out ahead. I think we have an excellent chance of taking this now.
You know, the Democratic Party seems to have been trying to redefine itself over the last 4 years. Is it the same party that you appealed to 4 years ago?
It's the same party, but we had to face one undeniable fact. I was defeated overwhelmingly. Over the last 24 years, we barely ever got elected when we did, and we'd lost about 10 million voters who used to vote for us and turned us off. We had to be a lot clearer than we've been about being moderates, being sensible, being careful about that federal budget and so on. That's what this party's saying tonight, and it's beginning to work. You can see it.
One last question. You've been nominated 3 times at Democratic conventions for vice president, president. 4 years ago, you were the party's nominee.
Right.
Had you won the election, you might possibly be again this week.
Yeah.
Any nostalgia going into this as you look out over the floor?
Yeah, I got a lot of memories and a lot of friends, and a lot of my life has been tied up in this political party. But on the other hand, I think Joan agrees with me. It's a relief, you know. I don't know how many people have been nominated at 3 conventions. Roosevelt, I guess. I've been at more. And it's nice once just to do what we want to do and be with friends and not put your hand in that sausage grinder again.
Exactly. Well, thank you both for being with us. Have a wonderful convention.
We will. This first time in about 16 years we could sit in the Minnesota delegation again, so we're looking forward to that too.
All right. Thank you again. Thank you again. And as you can hear behind us, the convention has just gotten underway, and They're off to a roaring start here in Atlanta, Skip.
Well, his hand's out of the sausage grinder, as he puts it, Colleen, and you will have a report for us on our special Atlanta 88 on just exactly what Walter Mondale is doing, besides sitting downstairs here at the Democratic National Convention.
The man ought to be able to sit anywhere he wants to in this convention, Skip.
You betcha.
Thank you very much. We'll see you a little later on.
Okay.
There is another star from this Democratic National Convention from 4 years ago who will be keeping a low profile this time as well, New York Governor Mario Cuomo. In 1984, he walked to the podium, he gave the keynote address, and he walked away a national celebrity. Tonight, he will lead the New York delegation into the convention hall, but he has no formal role at this year's convention.
91 degrees now in Atlanta.
Ooh.
88 here in the Twin Cities. We're just slightly cooler, but we're going to stay rather cool for the week for the Aquatennial.
What's a busy family like you making for dinner?
We are making
a phone call.
Kick off your shoes, let down your hair, loosen your tie, sit back in your chair, call the order in and we're on our way. Luscious lasagna ready to heat, tender grilled chicken you can't wait to eat. Call the order in 'cause we cooked all day.
Now get delicious meals delivered free in 30 minutes, ready to heat in your microwave or oven. Call 942-9500.
Call the order in and we're on our way.
Sitmar Cruises.
Dreams come true, it's quite incredible. Vacations here are unforgettable. And you think I'm unforgettable too.
Sitmar Cruises. Everything you dreamed a vacation could be.
Unforgettable.
I've got something for you.
A plain white t-shirt? Gee, thanks.
Oh, try it on. It's splashy.
Now, how do you figure?
Well, it's splashed with rivers, lakes, and legends.
Yeah, it's the legend of the blank shirt.
Not if it's a Minneapolis Aquatennial t-shirt.
Now that's flashy.
No, splashier than ever.
To order your shirt, send check or money order for $10 plus $1.50 postage and handling to Aquatennial Souvenir T-shirt, 702 Wayzata Boulevard, Minneapolis 55403.
What you're about to see could make frying bacon obsolete. New Hormel microwave bacon. Our unique packets actually broil the bacon in your microwave while they remove the grease. What could be better than that?
Scenes from the Aquatennial Sailing Regatta. That happened this morning out on Lake Calhoun.
Beautiful weather this week, too.
They had a nice breeze there this morning. Northwest winds at 15 miles an hour. Nothing like a breath of Canadian air to freshen things up for the Aquatennial, is it?
That's right.
May have a few passing showers on Wednesday morning, but it looks dry for the weekend. Temperatures staying low to mid-80s. Oh, couldn't beat. This is, incidentally, talking about the lakes, the Lake Harriet Rose Garden, encouraging some of the Aquatennial roses that are in bloom there. Well, we have some other Aquatennial facts. A year ago on this Aquatennial Day, the temperature went 71 to 85. On the Aquatennial Day of 1962, the theme that year was American folklore. Well, it was 52 on that day, the 18th. The warmest was the first year of the Aquatennial. On this day, 101 degrees. And the theme this year is rivers and legends and lakes. And we're nearby Lake Harriet here at the moment. In the metro area, it's sunny, temperature at 88. 89 has been our warmest temperature, incidentally, today. Humidity at 26%. The wind still from the west and now at 12 miles an hour. Dew point at 49 and pressure falling from 29.97. Sunny. The metro area. Temperature at 88 degrees. Well, quickly across kind of the northern tier of states. Vancouver was sunny and 68 for the afternoon. Watertown, South Dakota, partly cloudy, 82. Ironwood, Michigan, 77. Outside of showers in southern Minnesota and through Wisconsin earlier today around Fond du Lac. Most of the rain was south of this cold front. Cold front running through the northern part of Missouri. Oklahoma City had rain, 91 this afternoon. A few showers at Miami, 82. An inch of rain at Fort Wayne, Indiana, 76. Still warm out through the western states. At 29 Palms, California, the afternoon temperature was 100. A lot of rain through the Ohio Valley today. In fact, there's a severe thunderstorm watch into the early evening hours for parts of Ohio and Kentucky and West Virginia and Indiana. That area continues to get some heavy rain. And down through the southern states, Homestead, Florida had a half-inch of rain today, and Silver City, New Mexico, showers, and the afternoon temperature there was 79 degrees. Here we're mostly sunny and clear is the forecast for tonight. Sunset at 8:55, 62 will be the low overnight. Winds will be light and variable. The forecast now for tomorrow. Sunny to partly sunny, 86 for the afternoon temperature. Again, the winds light and variable. And on Wednesday, well, we have a chance of some few passing showers in the morning, clearing through the afternoon. The afternoon temperature at 80 on Wednesday. And of course, the big parade, a beautiful evening for the parade on Wednesday night.
Thank you very much, Bud. All the road construction in the Twin Cities is causing rush hour traffic delays at all kinds of spots this summer. Today, we sent our eye-in-the-sky chopper over to Fridley, where work on the Burlington Northern Railroad Bridge is reducing traffic on I-694 to one lane. Tell me about it. Each direction, 24 hours a day from now until guess when. That's a stretch between West River Road and Main Street in Fridley.
Now we hope you will stay with us as a Monday 5 continues. Before we say goodbye, though, we want you to meet some of the Aquatennial Queen candidates who are in the WCCO studios this afternoon, and we are here to host dinner for them tonight and meet some of them up close and personal, as they say.
Where are you all from? I thought so. We'll be back in just a minute.
Your Better Buick dealers just got even better. $1,100 better. Now save $1,100 on any new Skylark in stock equipped with Buick's Value Option Package. But that's not all. Get $400 more factory cash back. Combined, your total savings can add up to $1,500 on a luxurious new Skylark with air conditioning, cruise control, AM/FM stereo cassette, and much more. But you better hurry while the selection is still excellent. That's $1,500 savings on the beautiful new Skylark for a limited time at your Better Buick dealer.
Did you hear the news?
At last, April Freshness is in a dryer sheet, introducing new Downy sheets, and their biggest fan is Bernard.
Whoa, Katie, your blanket needs April Freshness. Downy sheets make everything April Fresh. Katie, see how April Fresh my stuff is? You said it. Your blanket's history.
They're here, new Downy dryer sheets for April Freshness from your dryer.
Just for the style of it, ooh, the smile of it. Just for the love of it, Diet Coke. Just for the taste of
Roger, what are you doing here? Please, Eddie, I just came to see Jessica and to have a Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
She's a nut that drives a tune loony.
Diet Coke and Roger Rabbit at a theater near you.
Yep, it's a fact. Summer cookouts were started by cowboys in the Smoky Mountains.
Cattle Company is serving the best of summer.
And nobody knows outdoor cooking like a cowboy.
With specials like barbecued baby back ribs, succulent tiger shrimp, and marinated top sirloin.
Sure stays light late in summer.
Summertime dinners from $7.95 at Cattle Company.
Stays awful warm, too.
Disposable contact lenses, when to eat after exercising, and the health risks of wearing a necktie, especially when someone pulls on it. An interesting collection of health stories today.
Our health and science reporter, Tony Vigneri, with details. Must not be too bad. You have a necktie.
I have one. You have one.
All right.
Well, let's start with the first one. Is it better to eat right after you exercise or wait a few hours? Well, doctors in Ohio recently studied that question and found it's more helpful for the body if you eat immediately after you exercise. Now, exercise depletes glycogen in the body. Glycogen is a form of sugar that is released in the body as our energy demands go up. Doctors say if you eat right after exercise, you can replace glycogen more efficiently. Plus, the food you eat also can reduce the amount of stress hormones created by the exercise. A study of researchers at Cornell University has found that tight neckties may compromise blood flow to the head, and that could decrease the brain's ability to respond to visual information. Doctors found that neckties which are tied only 1/2 inch smaller than a man's neck can reduce blood flow to the eyes. Their study found that nearly 70% of the businessmen surveyed wear their ties too tight, and 12% of them wear them tight enough to interfere with blood flow and brain function. Well, the newest generation in a contact lens has hit the market. It's the disposable contact lens, a lens you wear for a couple weeks, then just throw it away. The lenses are called AccuView and are manufactured by Johnson & Johnson. The lenses are very thin, actually about half the thickness of a regular soft lens, so they are very comfortable to wear. And since there is no cleaning of the lens needed, that reduces the risk of deposit buildup or other bacteria getting on the lens and causing an eye infection. But doctors say the lens may not be right for everyone.
You have one size and one curve that's supposed to fit everyone. And of course, eyes vary a lot. And so what you end up doing is trying to find the patient that will fit the lens rather than fit the lens to the patient.
The lenses come in packs of 6 and cost about $30. Now you need 2 packs a month, so the annual cost of the disposable lenses would be about $700 a year. Of course, again, convenience is the factor there, and you're going to pay for it.
Okay, well, let's get back to the real important story,
the necktie,
right? Deal. Well, it says it interferes with your ability to comprehend and deal with visual information. Is a script, for instance, what's written on a script, is that visual information?
Right.
Better loosen this necktie.
Because you have that problem. I think I'll do the same thing, too.
I haven't been doing too well today. Maybe that's my problem. All right, there it is. Okay. Thanks very much, though.
Well, we have some wedding news this afternoon. Former University of Minnesota President C. Peter McGraw and St. Paul Pioneer Press and Dispatch editor Deborah Howe plan to wed August 6th at the University Club in St. Paul. The ceremony will be a private one. McGraw is now president of the University of Missouri. He and Howe met several years ago in the Twin Cities. Both say they plan to continue their jobs and to see each other on the weekends.
Now stay with us as the Monday 5 continues. We'll hand things over to our crew in Atlanta to wrap things up. Time right now, getting up toward 27 past the hour. Probably will be by the time that we go to our commercial. Let's watch.
For years, you've known us as Northwestern Bell.
Now you're going to know us by a new name, U.S. West Communications.
We're joining with Mountain Bell and Pacific Northwest Bell to serve you better.
We'll still be your local phone company, but we'll have the expanded resources of a total communications company,
bringing you today's newest technology to meet your changing needs.
West? That's a name I can live with.
Now Northwestern Bell is U.S. West Communications.
At Kemp's, we never know when the inspiration for a unique ice cream flavor will strike us. This summer, it's peaches and cream, a delicious limited edition ice cream from Kemp's.
Comfort's coming.
Train announces a revolution in comfort. The XL 1200 air conditioner. It comes with the comfort of up to 50% greater energy efficiency. The comfort of an exclusive 10-year warranty. The comfort of a specially trained serviceman who knows it well. The XL 1200 air conditioner. Get comfortable with it.
Comfort's coming from Train.
Train Air Conditioning. 50 million people take comfort in it.
WCCO Travel does it again. A complete Washington, D.C. vacation for only $299. Children 17 and under, only $189. This WCCO Travel ITA exclusive includes non-stop round-trip airfare, 3 nights at the world-famous Mayflower Hotel, and a tourmobile pass for sightseeing in our nation's capital. Longer stays available. Departures begin June 6th through September 9th, Mondays and Fridays. Call WCCO Travel at 921-3559.
At Kemp's, we've been working hard to make our new frozen yogurt 97% fat-free. Kemp's low-fat frozen yogurt in 4 natural fruit flavors, so smooth and refreshing, you won't believe it's only 80 calories a serving.
Second, the acceptance of our Credentials Committee report.
This 1988 Democratic National Convention is now underway, having been gavelled to order just a couple of minutes ago. The wife of certain Democratic nominee Michael Dukakis met with the Minnesota delegates today, her first delegation visit of this convention week. And it was an emotional session as Kitty Dukakis recalled the time she spent at Hazelden 6 years ago in a drug rehabilitation program. Minnesota, she said, helped her turn her life around. Pat Kessler will have more on that story at 6 o'clock.
And we will go a couple of blocks away from here in the heat, where hundreds of people braved that scorching heat to attend a farm rally that was hosted by Minnesota's Agriculture Commissioner, Jim Nichols. That story as well at 6 o'clock tonight.
And coming up, more details on today's happenings right across the hall where CBS Evening News is located.